Green, green.
These drivers put on a great show
on every type of track.
Driving these cars, banging off of each other.
Oh, he gets sideways. He's off the racetrack. There he goes, trying to make the pass. If you're a driver trying to get in, you get little opportunities like that. Watch how hard these guys are going to drive.
Checkered flag in the air.
Checkered flag there, champion.
It's time for short track racing under the lights from Columbus Motor Speedway, the Jenks 150. It's race number 9 for the NASCAR K&N Pro Series East. Alongside Phil Parsons, I'm Rick Allen. The stand's starting to fill up. Derek Perniciglio will be down on pit road giving us all the stories of what's taking place tonight. A gorgeous evening for racing. 72 degrees, just a light breeze, and a forecast for clear skies. Take a look at the points battle after 8 races of 14, just past the halfway point. Brett Moffitt, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, your top 3, all separated by just 8 points. And in 6, Ben Kennedy won the pole earlier. He's standing by with Derek Perniciglio.
Ben Kennedy has been on a roll as of late. He finished 3rd last week at Pennsylvania, got the pole today, and is that a good omen? Are we going to be talking to you at the end of the race?
I sure hope so. You know, this is very track position sensitive racetrack, and you want to stay out front and stay out of trouble. And I think it's going to be a long night tonight, a lot of bumping and banging, of course. Hopefully it's all behind us, and hopefully we can stay out front. I thank the guys at Ben Kennedy Racing for working so hard. They've been working their tails off getting these cars ready, and of course GL for having them on board, and of course all the fans out there too.
Like you said, track position is so important tonight, and you have it. What do you have to do to stay out front but not burn the tires off?
I think just get a good cushion the first couple of laps, really drive it hard on these restarts, stay ahead, and then sort of just take it easy on tires, everything, save the right front and right rear, and hopefully be there at the end.
Well, guys, he's got the pole tonight. He finished on the podium last week and recently won his first NASCAR touring race over in Tours France.
The 20-year-old out of Daytona Beach, Florida, brings the field to the green flag this evening. Phil, what are your storylines?
You have to watch the throttle management, Rick. This thing, you can spin the tires in the middle of the straightaway. You want to be able to turn the center of the corner, get that car going the other direction, and forward bite off these corners, extremely critical.
Very interesting. 3rd mile racetrack here in Columbus, Ohio. The only Ohio native in the field is Jimmy Weller. Let's hear from him.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Weller, driver of the integrated metal products number 31 Toyota. I started racing about 10 years ago. I ran dirt big block modifieds up home. I actually had a pretty good years in the sprint car. We ran for a full year, won some races. It was pretty cool. It was top 25, under 25. We're going to run the full deal this year, and maybe next year. We're looking to move up like all these other guys are, but we're just kind of seeing where the sponsorship comes in and what we can do with it. I'm Jimmy Weller at NASCAR K&N BioBlast.
And the 26-year-old will start 15th tonight.
Yeah, Jimmy just knocking on the door of a top 10. He's had several top 15 finishes.
Drivers strapping into their cars. 22 will start tonight. There's the Germain family, Zach and his mom, Kim. And Steve is actually giving the command to fire the engines this evening from Columbus Motor Speedway. Ben Kennedy will bring the field to the green flag when we return here on Speed. And welcome back to Cars Beginning to Roll here at Columbus Motor Speedway as we get ready for the Jenks 150. A lot of tough decisions had to be made before the green flag flew. For some of that story, let's go down to pit road and Derek Perniciglio.
Well, before qualifying, over a half a dozen teams switched gears. They didn't go up a gear, they went down a gear. And the reason why was they were putting too much power to the ground. They were getting too much wheel spin. That equals to wearing the tires out. Plus, you don't go anywhere spinning your wheels. Secondly, it was engine RPM. They were actually turning too many RPMs at this racetrack. So they wanted to save some engine life, and everyone went down with the lower gear, hoping that that's going to work here at Columbus tonight.
Yeah, the teams are going to turn about 500 less RPMs with that higher gear.
Take a look at our starting lineup. Ben Kennedy, Cale Conley making up row number 1. You know, Cale Conley, this is just his 4th start in the East Series this year.
2 of those resulted in top 3 finishes.
Yeah, he's getting better. 3rd and 2nd his last 2 outings. See it. Brendan Godovic, Carlos Iaconelli, Austin Hill, Eddie McDonald, 11 through 14.
There's Jimmy Weller, our local Columbus boy, or Ohio boy, I should say.
Tim Bell and Javi Razzo round out our 22-card field. 5 of the 22 from a foreign country. We'll see who gets to victory lane. The field all in line. Coming out of turn 4. Green flag in the air.
Cale Connolly looks pretty strong on the outside here. We heard Ben Kennedy say he wanted to get out front, run hard for the first couple laps. Connolly has the lead.
Cale Connolly on the outside takes the lead away from Ben Kennedy as they go through 3 and 4.
Big power move on the outside by Cale Connolly.
Side by side on the outside, that's the 4 of Brian Ortiz trying to find a spot back in.
That's the 14 of Daniel Suarez. Daniel had a great qualifying effort here, qualifying 3rd for X team.
Trying to hang on to that spot now. Drop back to the 4th position, and now on the inside of the 4, it's the 11 of Brett Moffitt.
Several of the drivers in the field raced in this race here last year. Brett was one of those. Brett finished in the 3rd spot last year.
Kyle Larson in the 6, also trying to mix it up a bit here as we see the 4 getting in line now in front of that 18 of Darrell Wallace Jr.
And that's our winner from last year, the 18 of Darrell Wallace Jr.
Sergio Pena on the outside, and the 1 still trying to work his way around the 6 of Kyle Larson. There's your top 2. Cale Connolly just in front of Ben Kennedy. A little bit of a gap back to the 07 of Corey LaJoie.
You know, if you looked at this racetrack, Rick, from up above, it looks like it has straightaways. But they actually run this racetrack like it's round.
Yeah,
watch the groove there. You never really get straight.
You say the word straightaway, but I don't know if I've seen a straight line at this racetrack yet.
Very challenging little surface here. A little bit worn out here. We were talking to the drivers about tire management, and they said it really doesn't matter. They're going to go away anyway.
Running all the way to the bottom of the racetrack, you see the rumble strips down there just inside that white line. Every now and then you see them try to put the left side tires on those strips as they work their way through the turns. There's Pena to the inside of Kyle Larson trying to take that spot back away.
Good move by Pena to get to the inside of Larson. You know, Larson's been busy here since our last East race. He's won a couple all-star sprint car races since we last raced in the East Series.
Kyle Larson has the 1 win that came earlier this year at Gresham.
Look, Chase Elliott's up high. Chase Elliott has a problem, Rick.
Out of the groove now. Chase Elliott running not up to speed with the rest of the pack. Actually, he seems like on the straightaways he's able to hang on, but through the turns way slower than the field.
It appears as though he may have a soft tire. You see him trying to get back down to the inside. The entire field driving by him. Looks like the right front tire is down on that car now.
So Chase Elliott's going to make the hard left turn, go to the infield here.
You can see that tire flat on that Aaron's Dream machine. That with no caution flag, he's got to lose at least 2, maybe 3 laps.
What a terrible turn of events for Chase Elliott after that great win, his first win coming in Iowa earlier this year. Derek.
Guys, a tough break for the number 9 Aaron's Dream machine of Chase Elliott. He ran over a piece of debris out on the track, cut the right front tire, and now it's costing him valuable time in the pits.
Yeah, Phil, as you mentioned, anytime you're on pit road and the green flag stays out, you're going to lose at least a lap, potentially 2. And already Chase Elliott a couple laps down to the field.
Yeah, Chase lost the point lead last time out at Gresham. And this is going to be a tough break for Chase.
Elliott dropped all the way back to 3rd in the point standings behind Moffitt and Kyle Larson. Chase Elliott now 3 laps down to the field with that right front tire going flat.
He would love to jump up in front of Cale Connolly in the event the caution were to come out. He would get that lap back and an Aaron's lucky dog because nobody is being shown 1 lap down. He gets to the inside of Connolly. Oh, we do have a spin on the racetrack.
Javi Razzo goes around, but the caution doesn't come out. Oh, there it goes. Caution does come out now, so Javi Razzo bringing out the first caution here in the K&N Pro Series East race from Columbus Motor Speedway.
Boy, if they would have rated 1 more lap, and you see Sam Hunt also involved in that. Chase may have been in front of Cale Connolly, but he was not. But he will get the Aaron's lucky dog, and that will put him 2 laps down.
So we'll get 1 lap back as he was the first lap a car down. This is how the caution came out. It looks like Sam Hunt and Javi Razzo fighting for the same real estate. Hunt gets into the back of Razzo.
Not a whole lot of damage on and you can see right there Cale Connolly coming around in front of the 9 of Chase Elliott.
So Chase Elliott again having the right front tire issue early in this one. Got the lucky dog. He'll be 2 laps down. Cale Connolly was able to jump out front on the outside at the very start of the race. How bad will it be for Chase Elliott? Can he battle back? Stay with us here on Speed. Field in line 2 by 2. Cale Connolly chooses the inside line. Ben Kennedy will be on his outside as they work their way through turn number 4. Green flag back in the air.
Nice jump by Cale Connolly. Remember, he took the lead on the initial start from the outside.
Chooses the inside line, the preferred line here at Columbus Motor Speedway. And the top two now have worked their way in front of the field, and it's Corey LaJoie in the 07 running in the third spot.
See Daniel Suarez stuck to the outside on the outside of the 4 of Ortiz.
Moffitt just in front of them, and then we've got Ortiz in the 4, Suarez in the 14, and now Darrell Wallace Jr. in the 18 working his way up to the inside of that number 14.
This is a situation where Suarez got hung on the outside and no spot to get in.
Sergio Pena doesn't want to give him an opening as they work their way through turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Move sideways that time for Suarez at the exit of the corner.
It's like it's a never-ending turn here at Columbus Motor Speedway. I said 1 and 2, and they were already in 3 and 4.
Yeah, you turn constantly here. What little straightaway there is isn't run straight, as we talked about before.
How hard is that on those right front tires? We have already seen Chase Elliott with a problem. Are you wearing out that right front tire always turning?
As well as the right rear, because you have that thing hung out all the time.
Out in front, Cale Conley now has a 2-car length lead over Ben Kennedy, and then it's Corey LaJoie running back there in the 3rd spot, but LaJoie now challenging that 96 for the 2nd spot.
You know, Cale Conley has a little bit of local knowledge here. He's from West Virginia, but he raced a midget car here. He actually got started racing here on the 1/20th of a mile quarter midget track out back.
And he has been setting the pace ever since the drop of the green flag. You see Corey LaJoie trying to hang on to that 3rd spot now. Just behind him, Brett Moffitt running 4th.
Pretty much single file right now all the way through the field till you got to the very tail end.
Kyle Larson in the 6, chasing after that 14 of Daniel Suarez.
Suarez finally able to get back down in line with the rest of the field. There's Eddie McDonald, the 71 car.
Battle for the 8th spot continues, though. Suarez just in front of Kyle Larson. Larson's had an impressive year of his own after the win at Gresham. Finishes of 7th and 2nd, most recently at CNB Bank.
Good side-by-side battle for 5th here. Ortiz and Darrell Wallace Jr. going at it for 5th, and Pena is going to try to stick his nose in there as well.
Pena going all the way down, almost to the grass, trying to hang on to that inside line. That'll keep Ortiz to the outside, and he jumps in behind Pena.
Looks like Sergio Pena has a pretty good car here. We've seen him make some moves early on.
Sergio Pena working on that back bumper of Darrell Wallace Jr.
There's Suarez and Larson. They continue to battle.
Sergio Pena, you talk about his strength behind the wheel. Closing the gap now between he and the 18 of Darrell Wallace Jr.
See Eddie McDonald right on the rear bumper of Kyle Larson.
That time we saw Darrell Wallace Jr. get a little bit loose coming out of the turn and opening the door for Sergio Pena. Pena not able to make the pass and not able to instigate that pass.
Here we talk about forward bite being so critical here. I was talking to David Hyder, crew chief of Cale Conley. They came up here and tested, and he said they worked extremely hard on forward drive, forward bite.
Battle for 5th continues. Darrell Wallace Jr. has the position. Sergio Pena all over the back bumper. Has not put the chrome horn to the 18 yet.
You see the gap, though. Pretty good gap up to the 11 car, Brett Moffitt. So right now, Sergio, we're going to see how patient he is here. We're 35 laps into this 150-lap race. No halftime break here at this racetrack.
It's so short. I mean, it's only a 3rd-mile racetrack, and you're going 150 laps. It's a 50-mile race.
I think right now, Sergio Pena would love to be able to get by this 18 of Darrell Wallace Jr., try to go catch his teammate Moffitt.
We always talk about anytime you see a gap in front of a car, you know that they're holding up the rest of the field behind him. And right now it's Sergio Pena that's got to be getting impatient as we see Corey LaJoie working to the inside of the 12.
Yeah, we're already into some lap cars now.
Again, Darrell Wallace Jr., the back end of that 18 kicking out as he exits the turn, allowing Sergio Pena to continue to close the gap, but can't get that nose underneath the 18 or to the inside of that left rear quarter panel.
He's got it here now. He's got position on him now if he can beat him down to the corner. Nice. Oh, Sergio goes around.
Sergio Pena trying to make the pass on the inside. He will bring the caution out.
He had been working so hard to get to the inside. He finally got there and then lost a little bit of rear grip.
And Phil, it looked like he did everything right. Didn't put any sheet metal to that 18, was just on the inside line, the preferred line, and the back end comes around. Take another look.
See, he got a little bit loose getting in. You could see the left front tire was turned out towards the outside wall. He got a little bit loose trying to get to the inside of Darrell Wallace Jr. Around he went. There's another view of it. He gets loose right there. and he does all he can do to stay off of Darrell. He never even made any contact, I don't think, with Darrell. And around he went, and the guys behind did a nice job avoiding him.
Great job staying out of the way of the one, sliding and heading the wrong direction. So Sergio Pena brings out caution number 2. We'll stack them back up again and have the green flag when we return here on Speed.